Today, we're going to be listening to Hide and Seek by Stormzy, and as usual, I'm going to be providing you with a breakdown of all the different elements of the track and just kind of talking you through what it is that I'm picking up on and what I'm listening out for as a promoter, as a curator. With guest vocals from the likes of Xtra and Tenny, and with the video currently sitting at around 1.1 million views as of the time of recording, I think it's pretty safe to say that Stormzy has got an absolute banger on his hands here. But before we get into the video, if you like new music and you like it daily, go ahead, check out my main channel, Pure Urban Music, link in the description below. Let's get it.
Are you gonna miss me?
I'm gonna miss you.
Put that up.
A little bit. Babe.
Jokes. Liberty.
Oh girl, you're shining. You know you're my diamond. You need reminding. This moment of timing when you're...
Okay, right, so really like the chords, right? Those kind of soft pianos. You've had those vocals that were there, like like just riffing off. You've had this kind of what sounds like a reversed kind of cymbal that happens to transition us into the beat, which we've obviously now got playing. And yeah, that beat is nice, right? Because it's not too much in your face. You haven't got like this overwhelming bass line, right? The kick drum is kind of soft, and it's not constant either, the kick drum. It's just happening every now and again. And then on top of that, you've kind of got these banging vocals, right? That just, I don't know, they're weird because they've got this kind of dry sort of texture to them. They've not got too many effects on them that kind of make them overly like echoed or reverbed or kind of like really wide and big in the track. They're almost, it's almost as they are, like as if somebody, what they would sound like when somebody steps into the studio, just, you know, does the vocals and nobody touches them. But yeah, all in all of these elements coming together, right, they're kind of setting the rhythm of the track and they're setting the tone of it. So yeah, like, you know, good job. Like as an intro, we know exactly what we're getting. Keys. Those vocals just riffing. Reverse cymbal.
know you're my diamond.
Vocals.
You need reminding.
And that beat.
Timing when your soul needs aligning. It's me you confiding. Seeking and
those vocals are sick. They are sick, man. Absolutely banging.
Needs aligning. It's me you confiding. Seeking and hiding. You know where to find me, babe.
Okay, so now we're kind of transitioning into what's going to be the first verse here, right? And we've had this. First of all, we've had this kind of reversed effect again, but we've had a snare that's kind of led us into it, and now we've got this real dirty bass line right underneath. But it's not. Do you know what? I actually thought if we had that, it would ruin the track, right? But it doesn't. It just works, and I think the reason why it works is because it's not kind of heavy and dirty all the time. It's just every now and again, right? And that's what makes it work. But also we've had different kind of vocals. We've had these like kind of vocals just being thrown in there every now and again as we've transitioned into this. So I'm going to take it back. Listen to those elements, right? So we have the kind of snare that kind of hit at the snare that leads us into this. You've got that bass line, then you've got those different vocals, right? So listen.
Me you confiding, seeking and hiding. You know where to find me, babe.
Hear those vocals and the bass?
What's it gonna be? What we gonna do? Here we go again. This ain't nothing new. I ain't tryna run game, but it's true, cause you call me for help, you gotta chill. Need time for yourself, you gotta heal. This ain't something you felt, it's how you feel.
All right, so what I'm really liking about this, right, there's a few things here. So you got Stormzy, right, in the way that he's delivering his vocals, right? They're not too sort of like aggressive, right? But also they're not too soft either, right? Because when, like, you know what, when you get rappers and they try and do these kind of chilled out tracks, they can sometimes, they don't really know how to control their voice, so you get this really like soft, and it doesn't have this, it doesn't have the right effect. You think, oh my god, I mean, but like, so Stormzy's got it bang on with the tone and how he's using that to deliver his vocals, right? And then you've got these other vocals, right, that are completely separate, but they're finishing off the lines, right, of Stormzy, and that's nice because it gives us a little bit of a break, right, but it also gives us something different to kind of pin our ear to. And the third thing that I'm really liking here is the fact that Stormzy's already messing with his flow, right? So I'll take it back and you can listen, but you hear the first part, right? And it's sort of like he's got this pattern to his flow, right? We get the first vocal that comes in that finishes his line. He now goes back into his flow and it's got a different rhythm to it. So just listen out for that. And yeah, it's A1.
What's it gonna be? What we gonna do? Here we go again. This ain't nothing new. I ain't tryna run game, but it's true, cause you came and you made me feel.
Now listen to the change of flow.
And new. I ain't tryna run game, but it's true, cause you
came and you change of flow.
You call me for help, you gotta chill. Need time for yourself, you gotta heal. This ain't something you felt, it's how you feel. We built this all wrong, I'll take blame, but instead of us tearing it down, we'll rearrange, baby. Don't let it fall, girl. Don't let it fall.
But what we've had, right, this time at the end of the line is this high vocal that kind of goes up there. And that's because that's going to bring us into this chorus.
We built this all wrong, I'll take blame, but instead of us tearing it down, we'll rearrange, baby.
There it is.
Don't let it fall, girl. Don't let it fall.
Don't wanna fight no more. Keep me where I belong. I've tried and I've tried, but I just can't hide from your love.
Oh, girl, you're shining. You know you're my diamond. You need reminding. This moment of timing when you're.
Okay, so something really clever here, right? So we've gone into this chorus, right? And we've had these female vocals come in, right, at the start. And now we've had these male vocals come in. But what you notice is that not only is that cool, right? You've got sort of like one set of vocals, a second set of vocals. They're not even being harmonized or kind of played off or like kind of entwined right together. They're completely separate. But another thing that you notice is that they're two different flows as well, right? And again, it's just kind of really adding to this track and making it what it is. Again, I'll take it back and you can listen. Here we go.
Fall, girl. Don't let it fall.
Don't wanna fight no more. Keep me where
Female vocals.
I've tried and I've tried, but I just can't hide from your love.
Oh, girl, you're shining.
Male vocals.
You know you're my diamond. You need reminding.
Different flow.
This moment of timing when your soul needs aligning. It's me you confiding, seeking and hiding. You know where to find me, babe.
And you got that guitar as well, just to throw something in the mix, right? And they don't do it too often. It's just very subtle. Just, again, just to quickly chuck something in there that kind of gets you interested or keeps you listening or has your attention, right? Just listen to that guitar.
Timing when your soul needs aligning. It's me
there.
You finding, seeking and hiding. You know where to find me, babe.
Okay. All right, so we get the reality shot now, don't we? Right, like, so, you know, you've had them so far, they're all smiling, they're all doing this and yeah, I mean, everything's all good, and now we get the reality shot. You know what I mean? Like people sleeping, got people snoring, moving around, and all that sort of stuff. So, again, man, you know what? From a video perspective, it's smart, right? It's really, it's really, really smart. Okay, right. Again, man, like something's changed within the track, right? Like you wouldn't think it when you listen to it, right? But this is actually it's quite a complex track because you've got so much going on. Like nothing ever seems to be the same. Now, what you hear here, right, is you kind of had that break where they're snoozing, right? And then you get those vocals that come in from the background to the foreground, right? And that comes in, we're now into this second part of the track, and we've got all of these different types of vocals that are going on, right? It's like, we know we're listening to the same track, but it sounds completely different, right? In a sense, because the vocals are not the same. They've changed again, right? So I'll go back and just listen to how the vocals have changed, or how we seem to have a different set of vocals to what we kind of recognized previously, or at least in parts. Right, here's the vocals coming from the back to the front. Here they come. You see, the vocals are different. We got these like, or just all coming in all at once. We've got them being ad-libbed and layered as well. It's real nice.
Let me search now, take your shoes off, put your purse down. How you gonna tell me that it's never gonna work now? Type of shit to make me put a verse down.
Right, now you notice on that, right, on that verse or that line, there was nothing completing the line. We just kind of had this gap. It's almost like it's almost tricking you for you to be like, do you know what I mean? But it isn't. It's just then left this kind of blank, right? And it's real nice. So again, that's another change within the track that we see.
Down. How you gonna tell me that it's never gonna work now? Type of shit to me.
Nothing. Blank. Just dead. But it works.
Make me put a verse down. Worse now, cause we made our bed and got a lay in it. Thought it wasn't hard for me, but every day.
Listen to Stormzy's flow. It's this kind of constant rhythm like this, right? That's just going, right? And it's working.
Put your purse down. How you gonna tell me that it's never gonna work now? Type of shit to make me put a verse down. Worse now, cause we made our bed and got a lay in it. Thought it wasn't hard for me, but every day it is. Heartbreak, such a dark place, but we stay in it. What I'm saying is exactly what I say it is. I found you. I feel your presence when I'm not around you. Queen.
And now we've got these ad-libs. And they're beautiful as well. I mean, it's stunning.
Thought it wasn't hard for me, but every day it is. Heartbreak, such a dark place, but we stay in it. What I'm saying is exactly what I say it is. I found you. I feel your presence when I'm not around you.
There.
In your city, they need to crown you. Holy water, baby, let me drown you. Fire and water, I gotta allow you.
And you notice Stormzy's flow's changed again. Do you know what I mean? It's just brilliant. Listen.
There is heartbreak, such a dark place, but we stay in it. What I'm saying is exactly what I say.
It's gonna change.
I feel your presence when I'm not around you.
Changed, you see?
In your city, they need to crown you. Holy water, baby, let me drown you. Fire and water, I gotta allow you. Burn out, then reappear. Light still guiding you home, you know I'm there. And rest assured, if you ever needed help or just need a place to hide, no, I'll keep it to myself. Word.
Oh girl, you're shining. Know you're my diamond. You need reminding. This moment of timing when your soul needs.
Okay, so we've had these kind of instruments, these guitars come in, right? Very just kind of off the cuff, and you know, now we should get into the part of the track where they just begin to throw everything in, from sort of like vocals to, you know, kind of other instruments, etc. But I'll take it back. Listen out for that guitar, right? That's an indication that we're starting to see other elements being brought in.
Oh girl, you're shining. Know you're my diamond. You need reminding. This moment of timing when your soul needs aligning. It's me you can.
And we've got ad-libs as well, which is something we didn't have before on the previous chorus. Listen.
Know you're my diamond. You need reminding. This moment of timing when your soul needs aligning. It's me
There's
you
that
come
ad-lib.
finding, seeking and hiding, nowhere to find.
Guitar again. Right, you see, now we've got all of the vocal elements coming in. You've got do 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 do, and then we've got like coming out, right? Like listen to all these things start to really kind of come together and build this last part of the track.
Nowhere to find me.
Listen.
Nowhere to find me. Oh girl, you're shining. I know you're my diamond. You need reminding.
See what I mean? Wow, we've got those vocals that we know, that are familiar to us, that have been running through sort of like through the track right from the start. But all of those kind of layered vocals are still there in the background, right? Listen, it's just a touch, man. Here we go.
Oh girl, you're shining. I know you're my diamond. You need reminding. This moment of timing. Soul needs aligning. It's me you can
Everything
find.
coming together.
Seeking and hiding. Nowhere to find me, babe.
Banger. Okay, so verdict time. I'm going to give this track a straight 10 out of 10. To me, it was perfect, right? It had everything in there that I would want from a track. I like the tone of it. I like the vibe of it. I like the fact that you had constant changes going on throughout the entirety of the track, right? Like on sort of like the first part of the track, you had one set of vocals. Second part of the track, you had a whole nother set of vocals, right? When they kind of done this break where they're sleeping and then they come in again, you had a whole new set of vocals, right? It was just, there was so many changes, so many different things being added, right? And, you know, in a sense, it makes the track very complex, and I think that's one of the reasons why I want to give it a 10 out of 10 as well, because that layer or that level of complexity about how all of these things are changing is very difficult to make that work. It's not an easy task, right, by any means. You know, you've really got to know what you're doing to be able to bring all of that in and make it work, and not have the listener sit there and go, I don't know what's going on with this track. Like, I don't know where I am with it. Right, and that's one of the things which is just so good about it, right, is just no matter what's happening, what's changing within the track, whether it be Stormzy's flow, the vocals, an instrument coming, whatever it is, you always know where you're at with the track. You don't feel that it's losing its way. And so, yeah, that is the reason why I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I genuinely can't find anything wrong with this track in any way, shape or form.